Sana dunaya sa ini hatulala ko taro na heto na isa ko na rin yan. Amen. Amen, amen. I say to you truly, I tell you, I am Goddess. Women. When I say, when your book says, go and increase in numbers and multiply, is also the symbol of when I was fed to the lions. You know? When I was fed to the lions into peace. As to when they scattered when they divide their garment. All that to me are connected to one another. While women were increasing in numbers, you called human. Every little creatures too were increasing in numbers. More and more and more. First flies was to become your areolas. As two, we become what we are. You know, mas? That is what you were, flies, to become your areolas. Until you become a soul. While the spirits has soul from a fly, it becomes your kundal. As you were already lini, or we called lines, kundalinis. You called bloodlines. While souls growing in number, so that every little creations that move it along the ground, so you become spirit. For a spare, as I said, every little creations were made in pair, and it was flakes of fires. When you say fires, it means the sundust in heaven. The sundust in heaven was like, like your sundust. In heaven, it was twinkling like golds of dusts. Each has into every little creatures. Women? Until you got that as your souls. From souls one to the other. From flies to become an ants. That is how you evolve humans. From fly you become the ants, which is you called ancients. Ants is also a meaning of symbol of everything that in the plant it becomes ants. In a plant it becomes an ants. As to what you call pests are everywhere. This is why you are called pests. Women called cows. Women. This is what we are. That is how we created as a machine. They don't have the spirits. They have flakes. Every little creations that move it along the ground, so you become spare. It's all for you to have spares, so that you can walk from one to the other. From one flies to bees, to cleanse the spirits from the earths. This is how you were evolved, and you evolved. From plants, which I said it was seed. Seed was plants. Plants is fruits. Fruits is life. Women? And when a fruit was like sweet, because this is what we were, sweet. It becomes the ants increases. The ants increases. Women's like from fly. The fly died. The ants take it. It becomes his. That becomes his. Whoever takes it. And you are in these days like a plant. You know what I mean? Like a plant. You called ants. There wonder a PL on the ANTS. People are ants. You get that? You call PASTs. You know, women? You get that? Because that is where you are. From the seed of a cows, you call the eggs of the fly, and then it becomes flies. That is how it increases in numbers and multiplies. And then while your while the ants take it to be his. That is what I was playing. You know, like when I play the spider. When have you seen humans playing spider, two spider in a broomstick? And that is what I did when I was, it's a male toys to us, but this is what we did. Only after it was for me to use as this for this end, as an what you call to know that you are that, And then when the ants take the flies, it becomes his. Like today, humans. I always win, because humans, I wasn't a play because we were already one infinite. As I say, my belly buttons are heart. You say heart, half in with him. I keep saying this, infinity, my infinity, That is what we wear. So even no matter how much this is why we are called magnet. Why magnet? Because when we don't synchronize, we're like, we're like the sound of the bees. You know what I mean? Have you heard the sound of the bees? Have you heard the sound of the flies? Have you heard the sound of magnets? When it's not aligned, it's not nice. Why, women? As to in this end, he is not pleased. This is why, women, I am telling you what was is. When I say I've come to bear witness. While souls are growing in number, so the every little creations that move it along the ground. What is this souls? Like flies. It was soul. Soul first for your spine. Spine. When I say it was Kundalini. Spine. From your school, connected to your inner. From your, in the back of your neck, there is a big lump of bone. That is where it started. That is a bowl. And in your chest, that is the seeds where you were taken from a man. That is where you were taken from a man. Women. So, if you think women, you can roll over your man, you should balance yourself. This is what's the problem of the world and women. You think you're somebody when you're not. You become like, man, I'm prima donna because in heaven I am Madonna. In here I was Primera. Why Primera? Princesses. In your Disneyses. This is why this is going to crumble. You call DC. Man, DC is going to go. As I want to take for the sixth angel who becomes the third angel, which as he was the man who have tested my Father in this end. He was tested in this end 2013. In 2013, when I came from abroad and then have nothing, after 3 days, after many days I started to chit chat. You could chat, in chat, because this is how I was taught, humans. Spiritually, this is what they taught me to learn. This is where I went, so that when I come into this end, when I ink, I know what to do. So when Father, through by words, humans. So when Father test the once was sixth angel that become third. Third to us is the longest, Longest means he's there in your land too. It's either he can make the land suffer, or he can take it back. And this is where the angel Av, he's in Japan, but he comes from Kali. One from Kali, one from Philadelphia. These are the men you call Chat, where I've met, which is they become nice to me. Not there's many men that so rude, women, and this becomes what you call friend. That is what we say of friend. friend, friends. When you are sent to something, humans, it means, like other females think that it's wrong, this is wrong, that is wrong. Women, it's the will of God. You don't know the will of God, because even I, his daughter, only God. Women, I balance my father. Why, women? It's like you of these days. A mother are close to the son. A daughter are close to the father. But it isn't now. Because mother is, they are in one. As we were in the beginning. Father, son. Daughter, mother. Women? Everything has a reason. And in the beginning, from a fly to ants, you become the bees. BEES. That's when the world has started. That is what your second evolutions. From ants to BEES, you become the inner of the earths. You called EAR. A soul. After you become a beast. The rest I tell you later. So women, balance. You cannot rule over anybody. You cannot rule over anyone. Because even I was given that. I'm still defendable to my God and my Father. Women? As two, I am. Women? You cannot rule over anyone when you think you are somebody. When your book says you are not what you think you are. Balance. To have a peace of mind. Because when you don't balance, you'll be like, don't give your child a snake if he asks you food.